Many guides talk about rotations for certain drops or rewards for various missions, though how these actually work isn't outlined in the game. Today, I'll go over the way rewards are chosen for each mission type. If you're more experienced in Warframe, you may know most or all of these already, so I'll put timestamps in the description to let you jump to the missions you're not sure on. I'm the Engineer, let's solve a practical problem. As we get into this topic, I just want to remind you as well that I stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thekengineer. There you can learn about new builds or unusual strategies, join the missions, and even pick yourself up some extra goodies like ribbons or platinum. The link is in the video description. Now there are a lot of mission types in Warframe. Just considering the base mission types before modifiers, these different ones exist. Of these, Assault and Hijack don't actually have any direct mission rewards. Arena and Junction missions have a fixed reward, with Junctions only paying those out once. These next 7 mission types all have fixed drop tables, which they always draw from. There's no rotation on these, though the pool of loot naturally changes based on which mission you are doing. For every other mission type, they have variable drop tables based on your progress or number of objectives completed. Usually these progress rewards are called rotations, as the majority of these missions select rewards on a repeating cycle. Some missions have non-repeating progress rewards which, due to their similarity, also get called rotations. Typically, any type of rotation reward is split into 3 drop tables, one for each of rotation A, B and C. A is usually considered the low tier reward, B the middle, and C the highest the mission offers. For many endless missions, they give a drop from rotation A on the first and second reward, rotation B on the third reward, and rotation C on the fourth reward. After this, it cycles back to the start. In short form, it's called an AABC rotation. The missions which do this include Defection, Defense, Excavation, Infested Salvage, Interception, Sanctuary Onslaught, Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, Survival, and Orphix. Each reward stage is equally measured. Defection, for example, always awards a rotation reward when you've rescued 2 squads, while Defense is every 5 waves, and Orphix is every 3 Orphix killed. For all of these missions, the enemy levels increase as the mission progresses, and harder enemies will spawn as a result. On top of the time it takes to do a full rotation, this means it's usually not efficient to stick in a mission too long if you're solely interested in the rotation rewards. If you only want a reward from rotation A, you can do the first 10 waves of the defense mission for rotation A on the 5th and 10th wave, but after that, you would need to do 15 more waves for the next rotation A reward. Instead, you could end the mission and restart, meaning you'll only need to do 5 waves for the next reward, back at the original difficulty too. For rotation C, you'll always be doing the same amount of mission objectives per reward, whether you restart or not, but the difficulty will still increase for no bonus to your reward. This is a big part of the reason why most times people won't stick into a mission long term. Now, non-endless missions, where they have variable rewards, usually have an ABC setup instead. Completing 1 objective will give the A reward, completing 2 objectives gives A and B, and completing all 3 objectives will give A, B and C rewards. This happens in hidden caches for some exterminate or sabotage missions, where the caches are the rotation objectives, as well as spy vaults, random excursions and Archwing rush missions. There's only 1 rush mission which you'll literally rush through, so I wouldn't worry too much about that one. Now, a handful of mission types do not follow these standard patterns. For rescue missions, they have 4 tiers of reward, with up to 3 tiers available in any given rescue mission. The level of the mission sets the minimum reward, from no reward in a basic level 1 to 15 mission, up to a tier 4 reward in nightmare missions, with 2 modifiers. If you rescue the target without setting off the execution alarm, your reward increases by 1 tier, and likewise if you kill all the wardens, your reward again increases by 1 tier, up to the maximum available. The reward that you get is always a Spectre blueprint of the appropriate tier for your reward. Now, arguably the tier 1 blueprint is the best one, but that's a discussion for another time. Looking then at disruption missions, they use A, B and C tables as well, but they do not offer them in a regular fashion. Instead, the pool your reward is drawn from is based on the number of conduits successfully completed that round. In round 1, you get rotation A reward unless you do all 4 conduits, in which case you get rotation B. Round 2, completing 3 or 4 conduits will give you rotation B, and just doing 1 or 2 conduits successfully gives you A. Round 3, completing only 1 conduit is rotation A, 2 or 3 conduits is rotation B, and all 4 conduits rewards rotation C. And then finally, from rounds 4 and above, completing 3 or 4 conduits is always rotation C, while only succeeding on 1 or 2 conduits is rotation B. In this way you can get rotation B the first 2 rounds, and then rotation C forever after if you always do all 4 conduits. Because of this, Disruption is the only standard star chart mission type which encourages endless gameplay. Open world bounties offer a more unusual setup again. Each bounty has up to 3 variants which get cycled through on a regular basis. This means that some specific rewards are only available at certain times of the real world day. Effectively then, each bounty has a pool of rewards split between the stages of that bounty with some considerable overlap. The pool of rewards changes on a rotation where applicable, but it's not a progress based rotation. Now you can choose to leave a bounty partially completed, such as if you're hard farming for an early stage reward. An example would be farming for Scintillant from level 15 to 25 Cambion Drift bounties, where only the first stage has the highest chance. Otherwise, bounties effectively use fixed tables for their rewards. Now while this gives us how rotations work for all star chart missions, those missions can all have some type of override or alteration, editing the mission parameters and potentially the rewards. Kuva Lich, Sisters of Parvos, Sortie and Invasion missions all completely remove the standard rewards from the mission. If the mission is usually endless, they also force it to not be endless. Syndicate missions usually override the mission rewards as well, although spy missions for some reason still pay out on as normal on top of the Syndicate reward. For Steel Path Incursions, Kuva Siphons, Kuva Floods and Nightmare missions, they only remove the base mission reward if it's supposed to be an endless mission normally. The non-endless versions of these missions give the normal reward in addition to the bonus, like Kuva from the Kuva Siphon. Another mission modifier you can come across are Arbitrations once you've completed the star chart. These will remove the rotation rewards normal to the endless mission, however they have their own rotation reward instead of it. Using the same criteria as the standard mission counterpart, so 5 waves of defense, 5 minutes of survival, that sort of thing, they'll offer rotation A on the first 2 reward slots, rotation B on the 3rd and 4th slot, and then rotation C every reward thereafter. All of these are drawn from an arbitration specific drop table. This is similar to Disruption in that it incentivizes you to run the arbitration as long as possible, unlike pretty much any other mission in the game. The other star chart modifier you can come across are Void Fissures, and these do not override mission rewards at all. Instead, they add their own rotation system on top for endless missions, granting a weaker version of each of the 4 purchasable boosters on rewards 1 to 4, and then an exceptional relic on the 5th reward. This repeats with the boosters increasing in buff all the way up to the 19th reward, where all 4 boosters are then capped out. On top of this, the relic that you get every 5 rounds increases its refinement, going up to Flawless on the 10th reward, and then Radiant every 5th reward thereafter. Lastly, we have the Railjack missions. The drop tables as published by DE show rotations available on the Corpus Railjack missions and on the Grineer mission specifically in the Vale. However, there's not actually any rotations involved. Instead, rotation A is what you get for just completing a point of interest, while rotation B is awarded if you complete the bonus objective. For the Grineer mission specifically, you receive the bonus, so the rotation B, twice over because it is attached to the points of interest, whereas for the Corpus missions, it only ever pays it out once. Alright then, that's that when it comes to reward rotations. I hope this helps you understand what objectives you need to complete to get your desired reward, whether it's an endless mission, a cash-based mission, or a modified mission reward. If you have found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, and remember to subscribe to catch more as it goes live. And as always, find caches, get rewards, and fight well, Tenno.